Hello and welcome back for the last time for the moment of my weekly Doctor Who reviews. Yes, it is Saturday and episode 8 Empire of Death has come out. At least on the BBC iPlayer. So if you're watching this and you haven't watched the episode because you're planning on going to the cinema event, which if you're in the UK, you're lucky fuckers because it's only a UK thing and Ireland doesn't get it because the fucking BBC hates us for some reason. Anywhoosies, yeah, so come back and watch this video when you've actually watched it if you haven't watched it yet, because I of course I'm going to go into spoilers because during the episode I took down a little bit of notes just to help remind me of stuff so I don't forget, because the episode is 54 minutes long and there is a lot of stuff, so I probably will forget about some things. So that being said, let's dive into this story for one final time. So, Empire of Death. What did I think? Overall, it was good, but compared to what the other series finales that Russell has written, it's not great. You know, I would put it above the series 3 finale. Yeah. Because the series 1, 2, and 4 finales are phenomenal compared to this. But again, towards the end of this video, I will of course talk about my thoughts on the whole series. Now, I haven't rewatched every episode, but yeah. So the episode opens right where we left off. You know, Sutek has come back, and he has the power to kill everyone because of he's apparently been latched onto the TARDIS since the Fourth Doctor. You know, when the Fourth Doctor sends Sutek into the time vortex in order to kill him, at some point the Sutek came across the TARDIS in the time vortex and latched onto it ever since then. And so he now has evolved over that amount of time, and is able to have this dust to kill people. And that's what he does. He wipes out the entire planet of Earth. So Rose, Kate, Mrs. Flood, Cherry, Sunday, Carla, Sunday, everyone on Earth dies except for the Doctor, Ruby, and Mel. They manage to escape in the memory TARDIS. But before Mrs. Flood dies, she mentions that she had plans. So obviously Mrs. Flood is going to still be a potential villain in the future, judging by that. And then of course judging by the end, when she's wearing this snow jacket with a suitcase and an umbrella. That actually triggered something in me that of a fan theory that, you know, Mrs. Poppins from the film Mary Poppins, not Mrs. Poppins. Mary Poppins is a Time Lord. That's what a popular fan theory, because for whatever reason, because of the fact that her bag is bigger on the inside. Anyway, getting back to this. So yeah, it turns out that the memory of a TARDIS is itself the memory TARDIS. So they all go into the memory TARDIS, and they all escape through it, trying to make it so that the TARDIS itself is a lot stronger. It can barely fly though, which is a good thing to know, because you know the memory TARDIS is from the Tales of the TARDIS series that was produced for new fans to be able to watch and learn about certain doctors. You know, we had what was it? We had Five and Tegan meet up. We had Sylve, Doctor Number 7, and Ace. We had Joe Grant and Clyde meet up. So yeah, it was a BBC iPlayer exclusive. I've only ever seen clips of it because, again, the BBC fucking hates us by locking the BBC iPlayer to just the UK only. Anyway, yeah, so it turns out that it's not just Earth that is dying, it's every planet that the Doctor has visited. Which means the ones that haven't been wiped out by the flux has been now wiped out, including the Ood. It's nice that the Ood got a mention, you know, because we haven't really seen the Ood since Series 6? Yeah, Series 6 with Nephew and the Doctor's wife, I want to say. Actually, no, we did see one after that in kind of like the prequel leading up to Series 7 called Pond Life. We seen an Ood in that. So that was really the last time we seen an Ood. Um, but yeah, it would be nice to see the Ood again. So yeah, we then fast forward a bit. The Doctor lands on this planet. He goes, it's been some time, probably, you know, Thursday's episode of Tales of the TARDIS happened, which I did not see because I don't have stations. So I couldn't watch it on that. I could have used a VPN, but I wasn't in the mood to jump through all those hoops just to find a VPN that worked. Sorry for that cough. So yeah, had to pause there to actually properly cough. Where was I? Yeah, so the Doctor finds one person who's alive, one random woman, and she gives him a spoon because apparently, as well, a lot of people, you know, there are some people that survived. Memories are going. The memories are going, so they're not remembering a lot of things. So she gives Doctor the spoon, which he then uses to fix the screen that they took when they were leaving the time window, because they're using that to keep the TARDIS afloat. And then 73 yards gets brought up. And then we see, you know, the Prime Minister of War. And that's where they realize, oh, he made DNA being on file a mandatory thing, which means if we go to 2046, there's a chance we'll find Ruby's mother, because that's why they're being kept alive, because Sutek couldn't see who the mother was. And that's why he wants to figure that out so he can go kill her and then kill everyone else, and then he'll be free to, you know, rule over the emptiness as his kingdom. So also with the memory TARDIS being active, that means there's 3 TARDISes active, or TARDISi. What's the plural for TARDISes? Anyway, yeah, so that means there's 3 TARDISes running around. We have the 15th Doctor's TARDIS, which is now being controlled by Sutek. Doctor number 14, which never got really mentioned on what he's up to, or what his TARDIS is up to. And then the memory TARDIS. Also, no mention of what happened to the memory TARDIS afterwards. I'm assuming because it's a memory, it fades away. Otherwise, it's just left there in 2046. So yeah, whilst they're there in 2046, you know, trying to find out a possible DNA match for Ruby. Prior to that, it turns out that Sutek has control over Mel. Which is interesting, the fact that he can, you know, we know he has his Angels of Death, you know, we have the Harbinger, we have Susan Triad, but he's able to control Mel. It's not necessarily explained how that happens, but I'm assuming because of the amount of time he's been in the time vortex, he magically has the power to do so. Just bullshit writing for the sake of bullshit, in my opinion. So once they find it, Mel, Sutek Mel, as I'm going to refer to her as, brings them all back to 2024. And then, of course, they have a plan. The Doctor and Ruby has a plan and they utilize it. You know, Ruby's going to go give Sutek the pad with the name of the name of Ruby's mother, but she destroys it and then wraps this bungee cord, which was Chekhov's gun that got mentioned in the very beginning of the episode, as well as the glove that the Doctor and Ruby used in the Church on Ruby Road episode. And then they basically drag Sutek back in through the time vortex and use that in order to bring back everybody. And that works. Everyone and all the planets that Sutek has destroyed is back alive. And this is where I'm iffy. I don't know. I'm not sure if I like this. Basically doing what the Doctor had done before, and only this time it works. Um, I don't know. I mean, hey, it gives the everybody lives scene for the Doctor. We see everyone come back. Kate, Rose, Ruby's adoptive mother, grandmother, Mrs. Flood, and all of that. And then everything's just peachy hunky dory. Even Susan Triad afterwards, after Sutek is finally defeated, and we do see it this time, or do we? That Susan Triad still exists, and of course, then, as always, what's the one thing Kate Stewart loves to do, and that is hire anybody. Literally, she offers Susan Triad the a role um, in unit. And of course, she graciously accepts. And then, of course, they find Ruby's mother, and then the Doctor brings her to her. Turns out Ruby's mother had her when she was 15, and her stepdad was a bit of abusive, and so she didn't want to, deal with that. She hid the pregnancy, didn't even tell the father, and so then the Doctor brings Ruby to where the mother is, and she goes in, she orders a coffee, gives her name, and then when the coffee is called for Ruby, that's when the mother clicks it, and then she says, yeah, I was named after a road, the road that you left me on, because then it turns out that, that the Doctor magically cleared up the VHS. I call bullshit on that. Why didn't they think to do that previously? If the TARDIS was able to fucking clear up a thing, why wasn't the time window able to? Bullshit for bullshit's sake. So yeah, it turns out that what Ruby's mother was pointing to was the sign Ruby Road, essentially naming her daughter Ruby. Yeah. So then they all go back to Carla's place. They're all talking, having a cup of tea, showing photos, and then Ruby goes into the TARDIS, and then turns out Una has also found Ruby's father, who, like I said, probably who doesn't know she exists, and Ruby then leaves. So where does that leave us then for series 2? Because we do know we are getting a new companion, but I think Ruby's just not going to be in it for several episodes. I think she will be for a little bit, because we do know from filming of season 2, at least for the series finale, Ruby shows up for that. When she shows up in series 2, aside from the series finale, who knows? But it looks like Vera is going to be the main companion for a couple of the episodes, and then it's going to be a double TARDIS team. So it could be the fact that, the Doctor meets Vera in episode 1 of season 2, and then travels with her for up until the series finale, reunites with Ruby, and then both of them go to travel. We don't know. We will get, to see a sneak peek of season 2, where after the episode officially airs on BBC One, there'll of course be the Doctor Who Unleashed, and apparently in that's where we're going to get see something from that, because we know they're already finished filming. So yeah. Also for the Christmas episode, there will be a companion. It's Nicola Coughlin. I probably butchered that. She's Irish. I shouldn't be able to butcher that. But she's big from Dairy Girls and recently Bridgerton. She's going to be in the Christmas episode. She was announced ages ago to be joining Doctor Who, and it's only for this one episode. So that will be, of course, on Christmas Day. Not sure how things are going to be handled actually for Christmas. Is it going to be the same where it drops midnight Christmas Day and then still has the actual BBC One time slot? Or is it just going to drop on BBC, the BBC iPlayer and on BBC One at the exact same time? Who knows? We'll probably find out closer to the time. So yeah, that is it. That's the end of season 1 of Shooty's Run. What do I think? I think it started off poor and then ended kind of strong. You know, I enjoyed it. Space Babies, I definitely need to give a rewatch because I was half asleep when I watched it when the episode dropped at midnight, so I don't think it would be great. I enjoyed The Devil's Corn. I enjoyed Boom. I enjoyed 73 Yards. I enjoyed... basically, I've enjoyed a lot of the episodes that has come since. But as a whole, comparing season 1 to series 1, Russell's writing in series 1 and back in 2005 was far stronger and, in my opinion, far superior than what we've gotten so far. But I'm thinking of doing like a full proper deep dive into that as a video. It will mean that I need to rewatch both series 1 and season 1 to like have a full definitive for that. So that might be like months or even a year from now when I decide to do that. But yeah, that is going to wrap this very big video up. So let me know what you thought of Empire of Death in the comments below, as well as what you thought on the entire season as a whole. In case you missed it, yesterday I did review the Scream of the Shulker, because every second week I will be reviewing a classic Doctor episode voted for by you. There is another poll up for what I review for in the second week of July. YouTube just apparently isn't showing my videos out as much, according to the data that I'm seeing. So it's literally the last video before this one. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the monthly pickups video. So I'll see you all for that.